Just, continue to prepare, D. We know that we've been through some tough games here. We're well aware of that. We're well aware that we're 3 possessions away from having maybe 3 more wins. We've started out the break 2-3, and Oak City and Milwaukee and Chicago were all there within our grasp. We weren't able to finish the game. So we know tonight we're playing a team that I told our guys, with everything that's gone on, I think we're still winning the Atlantic Division. And so we're playing a team that's coming in here that is starting to hit their stride a little bit, and we've got to find a way to try to win this game tonight. So I'm going to try to be incredibly positive with our guys, try to keep their confidence high, and more important, keep the spirit. This is a team that we thrive on good spirit and good energy and good feeling about one another and about winning games. And the last thing I want our guys to ever start doing is thinking we're not good enough to win.
When you see this Boston on the schedule, you think this is going to be a wake-up call with the way you guys are playing? They're only 1 game behind you guys right here, and first place on the line tonight. I mean, can this be a wake-up call to get you guys going?
Well, I would like to think that when we played Oak City and Chicago and all those other teams, we're not going to play any different tonight against Boston. We're not. Our guys are going to play the way we've always played. So I'm not a big wake-up call guy. To me, a wake-up call guy would say, your team is not playing hard, they're not competing, they're doing those things. Are they going to play harder tonight? I ask you, as you watch our team play, do you think we can play harder? Do you think we compete more? Now, can the ball go in the basket a little bit more? I would hope so. Can we maybe get a critical 1 or 2 defensive stops? I hope so. Can we maybe not make a couple mental errors? I hope so. But that's all the part of the growth. And, we want to all of a sudden jump into the deep waters in 1 year. And there's a lot of growth. We got a lot of young guys. This has been an interesting year from a coaching standpoint, and that I've never been involved with something like this to where it's days off, come and play games and teach by film and walk through and not be able to get out on the court. It's very difficult to simulate pressure situations without being able to go through them. And what we're doing right now is we're going through a lot of pressure situations against a lot of damn good teams. And so, as far as a wake-up call, our team doesn't need any wake-up call. All our team does is just needs to see, a couple of those late shots go in or a couple good stops or whatever. Would it be nice to get Boston tonight? Absolutely. It would be a great win for us. But I can't ask our guys to do any more than they're doing.
Doug, will you keep Evan and Vooch in the starting line?
Yes.
Both of them?
Yeah. Evan, to me, I thought he played a very good floor game the other night. He just didn't shoot the ball well. He gave us 12 rebounds. And, as I said before, and I talked to our guys and stuff, I'm not a big guy that likes to make a lot of changes. I just have never done that. We're 20-9, and a lot of people say, well, why isn't this guy starting? Why isn't this guy playing or whatever? I said, we're 20-9, and we're playing very well. The moment we had some losses, I said, maybe I need to take a look at some different things to see if maybe we can put this guy in a different role, and can he better help us win basketball games? That's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm not a knee-jerk guy. I think long and hard about things that I do. Because I know the implications that go with all those changes that you make. But I thought the other night, Jody came off the bench and hit shots, which I thought relaxed him a little bit. And I thought Evan did a lot of good things. If you want to take away the shooting, I thought he played very, very good floor games. So there was a lot of good things to me that happened with that.
Is it easy to find Jody minutes off the bench, Doug, or is it harder to find Jody minutes off the bench than it would be in Evan, I guess is what I'm trying to say?
Well, if you start, normally you're going to play probably about the first 8 minutes of the game.
Right.
If you come off the bench, those are 8 minutes you don't get back. And I just think Jody is the kind of player that's sort of built for a guy coming in. He's a very high energy guy, and he's very streaky. And he's one of those guys that could come in like he did the other day and hit 2 or 3 shots, boom, 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 and give you 9 points. So. When you look at rosters, there's no perfect roster. You can go through and just say, well, boy, this team could use this or this team could use that. Most every roster is flawed, and I don't mean that in any kind of negative way. It's like I love crossword puzzles. it's a mind game. It's a mind game to try to be able to solve those puzzles. I love that. Coaching to me is very much like that. It's a mental challenge every single night for me to try to get the right pieces on the floor at the right time and try to make sure they fit so that the team can thrive and individuals can play well. It's no perfect science. There's not anybody out there who's perfected it. From night to night, you try to make those right decisions. It's never personal. It's always about winning games, putting the team first. That's why I'm here in Philadelphia, because I love this city and I want this team to win. I want this city to be proud of our guys, the way we play. I think all those things are in place. I just think we've got to continue to get better.
But I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you think Evans' shooting, is it a selection? Is it a
He had great
mechanical
shots.
thing?
He had great shots. He had great shots. You just got to knock them in. You just got to knock them in. You know, I thought maybe he was a little rusty. You know, we got to knock that rust off. I mean, you know, when all of a sudden your minutes go up and stuff, and I thought he was great on the boards. He had 12 rebounds. And when he rebounds the ball like that, he automatically gets us into the open court. We had 94 shots at the basket the other night, guys. We held Milwaukee to 39% shooting, and they had 21 fast break points. They had 19 points off turnovers, and they had 21 second chance points, and shot 39% and scored 97 points.
It just seems, I mean, he shot 50% in the first month, and he's been shooting like 30%, I think, since. It seems like that disparity, there's got to be something that needs to be maybe addressed, I don't know, by him in that.
Who have we played the second half?
Is it tougher defenders, you feel
Well,
like?
now
are
you tell me,
having-
we've played the best defensive teams in the league. Look at the numbers. Miami, Oak City, Chicago, Dallas, Orlando, all of them are in the tops defensively in the league. So sometimes, I always say, basketball is not solitaire. Solitaire, you can blame yourself. Sometimes in basketball, you have to give credit to your opponent. And look what the opponent's field goal percentage shooting team is for all those teams. Look what teams shoot against those teams.
You think with Evan, that's a question. I don't know.
I mean, Evan's not the central figure here.
No, I know, he's just being back in the starting lineup
Yes.
again tonight, and do you think with him, you know, a high draft pick like him, for him to get comfortable, he needs to get comfortable maybe in a starting role, and maybe, you know, tonight, let's say he has a good game,
I thought he had a good game last game. I don't gauge whether or not a guy makes a shot, whether it's a good game. Like I said, had he made 3 more shots, would it have been a good game? Well,
Right.
maybe, I don't look at it that way. My son, I used to tell him all the time, you shot 3 for 11 in the game tonight. Did you play poorly? I didn't play very well. What if you were 6 for 11? Was it a good game? So we're going to put 3 shots going in, and whether or not you played well or not. I've never viewed a game like that. What's a man's impact on the game? Defense, rebounding, and what he brings to the game. There's a lot of games where you'll see guys shoot 4 for 15, and they're the best player on the floor.
What's the difference been with Boston?